Hi, Lord Tamerlane here with more obscurities and miniatures. Today we're venturing back into board game territory and taking a look at some board game bits. We have got the Bone Devil Heroes from Cool Minis Rum Bones. Now this is from their first Kickstarter campaign. And we have here, and the reason I got this, and I actually owned it, painted it, had a guy who really liked it, wanted to buy it, and I let him have it. And he gave me way more than I thought I deserved for it, but I don't mind. He was happy with it, I was happy with it. But anyway, we got Dracula, looking kind of badass. We have Daedalus the Soul Herald, hunched over, kind of boring. Then we have Renfield looking like he's Dracula in a Castlevania game. And it explains that Renfield's been hanging around with Dracula so long that he's decided he actually is a vampire. So Renfield. So these are the old cards, and then the reason I say old cards is because, as I said, this is from the first Kickstarter edition of Rum Bones, and since that was released, they have had a subsequent second edition, which made things a lot more fun and interesting. So I can't comment as to how valid or well these guys play. So I'm going to set those to the side, because honestly and truly, what I was after here plasticky goodness inside. And I know people like to chide others about, back in Cool Mini campaigns just for the figures, but, well, that's why I did it. So here we have the models themselves. I don't think Renfield's sword is supposed to be so bent, but that's not a big deal. We can get that fixed. So I'll get it straightened out there, and he's got his little goblet of wine. His head looks kind of small. The details overall, believe it or not, despite that yellow, they are pretty present there. And obviously giving him a good priming or even just ink wash before really going at it with the paint will probably help really pull those details out. Then we have the Soul Herald here, Daedalus. I don't know what really is going on with a lot of him just because of the color. And even looking at it through the lens of the camera here makes it even more difficult to actually see. Sword's a little bent. That's not a big deal. Lantern's kind of dinky. Especially for his size. I'm expecting something a little bit bigger, but not a huge loss. Surprisingly, they're all on 25mm bases. A lot of the Rum Bones characters seem to just have arbitrarily decided upon base sizes. Some are on these, some are on the bigger 30s. There really seems to be no rhyme or reason as to where they end up. Finally, we have Dracula himself, with a very impressive looking sword, and with his coat the way it is, I can't help but be reminded of Dante from Devil May Cry, which is funny because they have a model in the second campaign that basically looked like Dante from Devil May Cry. Maybe this was their progenitor in terms of coming up with the idea for that. So again, really nice sculpt, and considering how often Cool Mini, or at least they used to before they got sucked into Asmodee, Cool Mini used to have, or at least with their distribution chain, during their Black Friday sales every year, they used to have a lot of good deals on the Rum Bone figures. So I think I probably picked this up for under $10, which, for 3 decently sized board game minis isn't that bad of a price, especially considering shipping was a flat rate for all the other ridiculous amount of crap that I bought over the time from them for those sales. And I don't have a lot of undead. That's kind of funny. That's one of the reasons I actually got rid of the first Rum Bones, was I just couldn't get into the factions. I did like the second one with its fishmen, and they had a much more colorful cast of characters. I wasn't ever a big fan of the Tale of War, original Rum Bone, or whatever they were called. So pirates don't do a whole lot for me, but they do when they look like cool, crazy undead or fishmen. So that's why I picked these up, just to give you guys a quick idea of what they look like. If you go hunting around for pirate miniatures online, I'm sure you can find them really cheap, and there's a lot of interesting pirate board games and mini games that are out there, so take a look, especially if you're interested in pirate stuff. I'm not, but they're cool looking undead models, and they're probably going to get used for a skirmish game. So I'm going to stop rambling on at this point. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you found it somewhat interesting and helpful, and if you did, hit the like button, because that's what my daughter said I'm supposed to say, and I got plenty more videos where these are coming from. So hi, Lord Tamerlane, Obscurities Miniatures. See you later. Bye-bye.